I can't believe how bright and colourful a funeral procession is. Here is the carriage of Her Majesty the Queen and two of Her Majesty's suite. And we go on. This is so colourful. The British Army, the Highlanders, looking as bright as they possibly could. You must have kept this extremely well out of the way. And look at all this colour. It's just absolutely magnificent for a funeral service. And here, Chief Mourner, the Duke of Wellington. Well, this, of course, is the Duke of Wellington's funeral. And here is the man himself. And look at that for colour. That is the most incredible plate, isn't it?
It's fun.
You know all this is cast iron. This is all cast iron. When I was a boy, you could actually go and see this in St Paul's Cathedral, where he was buried. And so the legend goes that this was all so heavy that they couldn't get it up Ludgate Hill. He was 2 hours late for his own funeral, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful thing to be.
Why not?
And so it goes on. It really is absolutely magnificent. So tell me about it.
Well, I must get the right number of greats. I think it's two greats. Great-great-grandfather, through a friend, had a ticket somewhere on Ludgate Hill in order to see this procession. And I think I'm right in saying this was only produced about a year afterwards. It probably took quite a long time to produce it.
Absolutely.
And he bought it afterwards. I think the receipt is
Well,
actually
you see,
in the front.
You're absolutely right. I find this absolutely fascinating because I've never seen a receipt from Ackermann's before. One panorama, Duke's funeral, not Duke's of Wellington's funeral, 31 and 6.
Expensive.
I mean, that's incredible. And this note here, my father, James Passmore, saw this procession from a window in Ludgate Hill and paid 20 guineas for their seats.
That must have been a lot of money in 1852.
But I mean, surely you couldn't buy a house in 1852 for that sort of money. I just think it's quite incredible. It does need some repair. Inevitably, as time has gone on, it has fallen apart in a few of the folds. But it is an absolutely wonderful thing. And of course, stretching out to 10 whole feet. Well, I suspect that even in the condition it's in now, it's probably about £1,500 to £2,000. But it is magnificent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This picture is by Achille Mollica, who painted it in Naples, in 1888. So how did this Italian picture get into your house?
My grandmother went to a house sale around the 1920s. I gather that she brought it home by pony and cart, but that's about all I know.
Well, it is a huge picture, and it's got a typical 19th century Victorian frame to make it look grander and bigger. What I like about these sort of pictures is they're very honest. They're beautifully painted. Look at the quality of it. It's absolutely beautiful. The embroidery on her shoulder here and this wonderful shawl is so beautifully painted. For an artist that in most dictionaries gets one line or two lines of information. He's actually called Achille Mollica, and we know that he was from Naples and really didn't move that often outside his native town. He did exhibit occasionally, sometimes in Turin, sometimes in Rome, and he is known to have exhibited in London. You would never get this subject matter in the 18th century. It's very much a 19th century phenomenon to see a work which is rather trivial in a way. It's like a sort of a snapshot of a passing moment. And I think he's captured it beautifully. The slightly lecherous expression of the man and the demure expression of the girl are, I think, without fault. And for a minor Italian painter, I think we have a superb work. Works like this are highly desirable, and although Naples is a particularly poor part of Europe, they're very proud of their art, and there is a big market for Neapolitan works of art. I think if it came up for auction, it could make between £5,000 and £7,000.
That's lovely.